From weird, pyramid-shaped structures on other planets to mysterious, organic residues left on returning space satellites, today we'll be going over the craziest, most unexplainable space mysteries that still remain unsolved as of today. Starting off with Tier 1, most well-known events. WOW signal. The WOW signal is one of the most iconic and enduring mysteries in the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. Detected on August 15, 1977, by the Big Ear Radio Telescope in Ohio, the 72-second burst of narrowband radio waves came from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius. What set the signal apart was its intensity and precision, suggesting it did not originate from any known natural or terrestrial source. Jerry R. Amon, a volunteer astronomer, was so astonished by the signal that he circled it on the printout and wrote "WOW" next to it. Despite repeated follow-up observations, the signal was never detected again, leaving its origin a mystery. In 2017, a theory emerged suggesting that it could have been caused by a passing comet emitting hydrogen, but this explanation has not been universally accepted due to inconsistencies with the signal's strength and characteristics. Other theories include interference from a secretive human-made transmission or even an intentional signal from extraterrestrial civilizations. Scientists have also speculated about possible natural phenomena, like rare astrophysical events, but none fit all the observed data. The inability to detect the signal again has made it impossible to test any hypothesis definitively. The WOW signal continues to intrigue astronomers and the public alike as a symbol of the unknown possibilities in the cosmos. Aumama's acceleration. Aumama was the first interstellar object ever observed entering our solar system, and its discovery in October 2017 sparked both excitement and controversy. Spotted by astronomers in the University of Hawaii, the object was initially classified as an asteroid due to its peculiar, elongated shape and trajectory. However, as it traveled past the Sun, scientists noticed that it accelerated slightly in a way that gravity alone could not explain. Unlike a comet, Aumama showed no visible signs of outgassing or a tail that might account for the observed moment, deepening the mystery. One theory suggested that it could be made of exotic materials like hydrogen ice, which might sublimate without producing visible gas. But this idea has since faced challenges. Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb proposed a bold hypothesis that Aumama could have been an alien artifact, such as a solar sail designed to harness radiation pressure. Others have speculated it might be a fragment from a shattered exoplanet or even a rogue piece of an icy moon ejected from a distant star system. Its brief visit and unusual shape further fueled curiosity, as it did not resemble any known comet or asteroid. The object's acceleration and non-standard trajectory challenge existing models of interstellar objects. Aumama remains one of the most perplexing discoveries in modern astronomy. Apollo 10 moon music. During the Apollo 10 mission in May 1969, astronauts experienced a peculiar phenomenon while orbiting the far side of the moon. As their spacecraft lost communication with Earth, they reported hearing an eerie, music-like sound over their radio headsets. These whistling and whooshing noises were captured on audio recordings, which remained classified for decades. NASA attributed the phenomenon to radio interference caused by the interaction between the spacecraft's command and lunar modules. However, this explanation has been challenged by those who argue that the sounds were too unusual to be simple interference. Some suggest that the noises could have been caused by electromagnetic activity or the solar wind interacting with the lunar environment. Others speculate about extraterrestrial origins given the isolated and unexplored nature of the moon's far side at the time. Despite the astronauts' initial unease, the incident did not interfere with the mission, which served as a critical rehearsal for Apollo 11. Decades later, when the recordings were declassified, they reignited public curiosity about the event. To this day, the exact cause of the moon music remains a matter of debate, contributing to the lore surrounding the Apollo missions. Pioneer Anomaly. The Pioneer Anomaly refers to the mysterious deceleration of the Pioneer 10 and 11 spacecrafts as they traveled through the outer reaches of the solar system. Both spacecraft were launched in the early 1970s to explore the outer planets and then continue into interstellar space, carrying golden plaques intended to communicate with extraterrestrial life. By the 1980s, researchers noticed that both spacecraft were slowing down slightly in a way that could not be explained by the known forces like gravity or solar radiation. This small but consistent deceleration puzzled scientists for decades, leading to numerous theories. Some suggested that it could be caused by unknown gravitational effects, such as the presence of dark matter or a modification to Newtonian physics. Others pointed to potential onboard factors, such as the uneven emission of heat from the spacecraft's power sources. After years of investigation, the consensus emerged that the anomaly was likely caused by thermal radiation pushing back on the spacecraft. However, some skeptics argue that this explanation does not fully account for all observed data. The Pioneer anomaly became a case study in how minor deviations can challenge our understanding of physics and space travel. While largely resolved, it remains an example of the complexities of exploring the vastness of space. Tabby's star dimming. Tabby's star, officially designated KIC 8462852, captured worldwide attention after its discovery due to its bizarre and unprecedented dimming behavior. Identified in 2011 using data from NASA's Kepler Space Telescope, the star exhibited irregular drops in brightness of up to 22%, far greater than those caused by a planet transiting a star. Even more puzzling was the absence of any regularity in these dimming events, suggesting something other than a typical orbital body was causing the phenomenon. Astronomer Tabitha Boyajian, for whom the star was nicknamed, initially explored natural explanations such as a swarm of comets or a vast dust cloud. But these ideas failed to fully explain the magnitude and irregularity of the dimming. One of the most intriguing theories posited the existence of a Dyson sphere, a hypothetical alien megastructure designated to harness a star's energy. While the alien megastructure idea captured public imagination, scientists have emphasized the need for more evidence before drawing such conclusions. Subsequent studies have revealed a long-term dimming trend over several decades, complicating the mystery even more. Another possibility is the presence of an enormous disk of debris left over from a destroyed planet or an uncharacteristic dust composition. Despite extensive observations, no single hypothesis has been able to account for all of the observations. Tabby's star remains one of the most mysterious objects ever studied, continuing to challenge astronomers' understanding of stellar behavior. Methane plumes on Mars. Methane plumes on Mars have become one of the most tantalizing clues in the search for alien life. NASA's Curiosity rover first detected a spike in atmospheric methane in 2013, a finding that was later corroborated by other spacecraft and telescopes. Methane is significant because, on Earth, it is largely produced by living organisms, although it can also arise from geological processes like the interaction of water and minerals. The Martian methane was particularly mysterious due to its sporadic appearance, forming localized plumes that would dissipate rapidly. This suggests the presence of an active and intermittent source, either biological or geological, beneath the planet's surface. Some researchers propose that ancient microbial life, possibly surviving underground, could be releasing the gas. Others suggest that methane could be produced by chemical reactions involving rocks, water, and carbon dioxide in Mars's crust. Adding to the enigma, the ExoMars Trace Gas Orbiter has struggled to detect methane consistently, raising questions about potential seasonal variations. The spikes may also result from unknown atmospheric processes that destroy methane before it can spread. Regardless of its origin, the presence of methane highlights Mars as a dynamic and potentially habitable world. As missions to Mars continue, scientists are eager to determine whether this methane holds evidence of past or present life, or if it's purely geological in nature. Fast radio burst 121102. Fast radio burst 121102 was the first FRB discovered to repeat, marking a groundbreaking moment in the study of these enigmatic cosmic signals. FRBs are intense bursts of radio waves lasting just milliseconds, and most of them are one-time events, making FRB 121102 an anomaly. Discovered in 2012 by the Arecibo Observatory, this FRB was traced back to a dwarf galaxy over 3 billion light-years away, a discovery made possible by its repeated activity. It's also associated with a highly energetic region, likely containing a magnetar, which is a type of neutron star with an extremely powerful magnetic field. Theories about the source of FRB 121102 range from natural astrophysical processes to highly speculative ideas about alien communication. Magnetars are the leading candidate, as their intense energy could produce the bursts. Other suggestions include collapsing stars, pulsars, or interactions with black holes. Some theorists even speculate that FRBs could be the result of advanced alien civilizations using energy beams for propulsion or communication. The sheer power of these bursts, which release as much energy in milliseconds as the sun emits in a day, adds to their mystery. Despite advances in tracing their origin, FRB 121102 raises questions about why it repeats and why so few other FRBs do. Its unique properties make it a cornerstone of ongoing FRB research and one of the most puzzling phenomena in modern astronomy. Apollo 11 UFO sighting. The Apollo 11 UFO sighting occurred during humanity's first moon landing mission and remains a widely discussed space mystery. While en route to the moon in July 1969, astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin reported seeing a strange object following their spacecraft. The object appeared to be cylindrical and metallic, though the astronauts refrained from explicitly calling it a UFO. NASA later suggested that the object could have been a jettisoned panel from the Saturn V rocket, an explanation that some accept but many others question. Over the years, the incident has been embraced by UFO enthusiasts as evidence of alien observation during the historic mission. Armstrong and Aldrin, while acknowledging the sighting, have typically avoided talking about it, contributing to its aura of mystery. Some theorists propose that alien intelligence may have been monitoring human activity in space, particularly during this pivotal milestone. Skeptics argue that space debris or optical illusions likely account for the sighting. However, the meticulous nature of the Apollo mission and the crew's precise observations make it difficult to dismiss the event entirely. Despite NASA's official explanation, the sighting continues to fuel debates about the possibility of extraterrestrial life. It remains an iconic moment in the lore surrounding UFOs and space exploration. STS-75 Tether Incident. The STS-75 tether incident occurred during a 1996 NASA mission and has become one of the most hotly debated events among UFO enthusiasts. The mission involved deploying a 12-mile-long conductive tether in space to study how electricity could be generated using Earth's magnetic field. However, the tether snapped unexpectedly, leaving the experiment incomplete. What made the incident infamous was the footage recorded afterward, which showed the tether surrounded by hundreds of glowing circular objects. NASA attributed the objects to out-of-focus debris and ice particles illuminated by sunlight, a common occurrence during space missions. However, UFO enthusiasts claim that the objects appeared to move independently, exhibiting behaviors inconsistent with simple debris. Some theorists suggested that the glowing disks could be an alien spacecraft observing the tether experiment. The tether itself reportedly broke due to an overload of electrical current, but this technical explanation did little to quell the controversy. Critics of the UFO theory point to the camera's zoom and focus settings as likely causes of the unusual visual effects. Regardless of the explanation, the incident remains a favorite topic for conspiracy theories about extraterrestrial encounters. The STS-75 tether footage continues to spark debates, making it one of the most visually striking space mysteries ever recorded. Black Knight Satellite Mystery. The Black Knight satellite is one of the most enduring legends in UFO lore, revolving around claims of a mysterious object orbiting Earth. The story began in the 1950s when amateur radio operators reported receiving strange signals that some believed came from an unknown satellite. Around the same time, astronomers observed unidentified objects in Earth's orbit, fueling speculation about their origins. The term Black Knight was later popularized, with some claiming the object predated human-made satellites and therefore was of alien origin. In 1998, during a space shuttle mission, photographs of a dark, irregularly shaped object further fueled the legend, though NASA identified it as a thermal blanket lost during the mission. Conspiracy theorists argue that this explanation does not account for earlier reports of unusual signals or sightings. Some claim the Black Knight is an extraterrestrial probe placed in orbit to monitor humanity, citing its supposed ability to change positions as evidence of advanced technology. Skeptics counter that the story is a patchwork of unrelated incidents tied together by speculation and imagination. Despite the lack of concrete evidence, the Black Knight satellite remains a popular subject in UFO and conspiracy communities. Its mix of historical anecdotes and modern imagery ensures its place as a quintessential space mystery. Moving on to Tier 2, Shallow Depths. Lunar Flashing Lights. Lunar flashing lights, officially termed transient lunar phenomena, or TLP, have been observed on the moon for centuries, with some reports dating as far back as the 1600s. These mysterious flashes, glows, and streaks of light have been noted by amateur and professional astronomers alike. Some of the most famous observations were made in the 18th and 19th centuries, including records by astronomers like William Herschel, who believed he saw volcanic activity on the moon. In modern times, NASA and other space agencies have cataloged hundreds of such incidents, often concentrated near specific lunar features such as the Aristarchus crater. The lights vary in duration and intensity, sometimes lasting seconds and other times persisting for hours. Proposed explanations include meteor impacts, gas emissions from beneath the moon's surface, or electrostatic charging of lunar dust. During the Apollo missions, astronauts reported seeing strange glows on the lunar horizon, adding credibility to these phenomena. Some speculate these lights could indicate underground volcanic activity or even the presence of water ice. Others have suggested more speculative theories, such as alien technology or advanced reflectors left behind by unknown civilizations. Despite technological advancements in lunar observation, the cause of TLP remains unresolved, keeping it one of the moon's most enduring mysteries. The green fireball phenomena. The green fireball phenomena refers to a series of vivid, green glowing objects seen streaking across the skies of the southwestern United States, particularly over New Mexico, starting in 1948. These fireballs were brighter than typical meteors and often appeared to travel horizontally rather than on the steep trajectories associated with natural meteors. Witnesses included military personnel, scientists, and civilians, with sightings frequently occurring near sensitive locations like Los Alamos and Sandia National Laboratories. The phenomenon garnered attention from the U.S. Air Force, which launched investigations under Project Twinkle. Initial studies ruled out natural meteors due to the fireballs' unusual behavior, such as their lack of observable debris or sonic booms. Some theorists suggested the fireballs were experimental weapons or surveillance devices, possibly linked to Cold War espionage. UFO enthusiasts argued that the objects were extraterrestrial probes monitoring Earth's military developments during a pivotal era in technological advancement. Atmospheric scientists propose that the fireballs might be a result from rare plasma formations or auroral phenomena caused by geomagnetic activity. Despite these efforts, no conclusive explanation emerged, and sightings tapered off by the mid-1950s. The green fireball phenomena remains one of the most compelling aerial mysteries of the 20th century, blending elements of science, military secrecy, and UFO speculation. The 1977 Skylab UFO incident. The 1977 Skylab UFO incident occurred when astronauts aboard Skylab, NASA's first space station, captured images of a bright, unidentified object during their mission. The object appeared to be cylindrical and reflective, positioned near the station as the crew documented it using onboard cameras. Initially dismissed by NASA as either a lens flare or space debris, the photographs quickly became a topic of speculation. Astronauts reported observing the object for an extended period, adding to the intrigue surrounding the sighting. Some skeptics argued that the UFO might have been a piece of detached Skylab equipment, though its behavior did not fully align with the expectations for debris. UFO researchers seized on the incident as evidence of alien surveillance, especially given the timing during a period of heightened interest in space exploration. Others have suggested it could have been an experimental satellite, possibly related to secret military projects. The credibility of the astronauts as trained observers bolstered the event's significance, as they were accustomed to identifying common space phenomena. Despite NASA's dismissive explanations, the photograph remains some of the most striking visual evidence of an unexplained object in space. The Skylab UFO continues to spark debates among skeptics and believers alike, making it one of the most enduring space anomalies of the 1970s. The Hessdalen Lights. The Hessdalen Lights are a recurring phenomenon in the Hessdalen Valley of Norway, first brought to widespread attention in the early 1980s. These mysterious lights vary in color, shape, and behavior, appearing as bright orbs, flashing streaks, or pulsating beams. Local residents have reported the lights for decades, but systematic observation began after a wave of sightings peaked between 1981 and 1984. Scientists from the Østfold University College established the Hessdalen Automatic Measurement Station in the valley to collect data on the phenomenon. Proposed explanations include natural causes such as ionized gas, piezoelectric effects from the valley's quartz-rich geology, or plasma generated by tectonic stress. Some studies have suggested that the lights might be caused by rare atmospheric conditions unique to the valley. UFO enthusiasts argue that the Hessdalen lights could be evidence of extraterrestrial craft or probes, given their erratic and seemingly intelligent movements. Others propose they may be an unknown type of weather phenomenon akin to ball lightning but with unique properties. Despite decades of research and extensive photographic evidence, the lights remain unexplained. The Hessdalen lights have become a global curiosity, drawing scientists and enthusiasts to the valley to witness this enigmatic display firsthand. Saturn's mysterious Death Star moon. Saturn's moon, Mimas, earned the nickname the Death Star moon after NASA's Voyager spacecraft captured images of its surface in the early 1980s. The resemblance to the Death Star from Star Wars comes from the massive Herschel crater, which spans nearly a third of the moon's diameter and features a central peak reminiscent of the fictional superweapon's design. While its appearance is a coincidence, Mimas has sparked genuine scientific intrigue beyond its striking visuals. The moon's density and icy composition suggests that it could be geologically inert. Yet, thermal data from NASA's Cassini spacecraft revealed unexpected anomalies. These findings have led scientists to propose that Mimas may have a subsurface ocean, similar to other moons like Europa and Enceladus, though this remains unproven. The presence of an ocean would dramatically alter the moon's potential for hosting microbial life. Some conspiracy theorists have speculated that Mimas might be an artificial structure due to its geometric appearance, though this idea is not supported by scientific evidence. The crater itself raises questions about the impacts that shaped Saturn's moons and the history of collisions in the outer solar system. Mimas remains a compelling subject for both scientific study and public fascination. Its blend of science fiction aesthetics and real-world mysteries ensures its place as one of the most intriguing moons in our solar system. Mars face controversy. The Mars face controversy began in 1976 when NASA's Viking 1 orbiter captured an image of the Martian surface that appeared to show a humanoid face. The photograph, taken in the Cydonia region, depicted a mesa with shadows that created the illusion of eyes, a nose, and a mouth. Initially dismissed as a trick of light and a shadow by NASA, the image quickly gained public attention, with some suggesting it was evidence of an ancient alien civilization. The face on Mars became a cultural phenomenon appearing in books, documentaries, and popular media. NASA revisited the site with high-resolution cameras aboard the Mars Global Surveyor in 1998 and later missions, revealing that the feature was a naturally eroded hill with no artificial characteristics. Despite these findings, some theorists argue that the face was deliberately obscured or misrepresented by NASA, fueling conspiracy theories about extraterrestrial cover-ups. Others speculate that even if the face is a natural formation, it might have been a landmark for an ancient Martian culture. Pareidolia, the human tendency to see patterns or faces in random objects, is the most widely accepted explanation. The face on Mars remains a classic example of how a single photo can ignite decades of speculation and debate. It serves as a reminder of humanity's deepest desire to find connections and meaning in the vastness of space. Ceres bright spots. In 2015, NASA's Dawn spacecraft captured images of mysterious bright spots on the surface of Ceres, a dwarf planet in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. These highly reflective areas, concentrated in craters such as Okator, puzzled scientists, as they were unlike anything they've ever seen before in the solar system. Initially, theories ranged from volcanic activity to ice deposits reflecting sunlight. As Dawn collected more data, researchers determined that spots were likely composed of sodium carbonate, a type of salt that may have been brought to the surface by subsurface briny water. This discovery raised intriguing questions about the geologic activity on Ceres and the potential for liquid water beneath its surface. Some scientists suggested that the bright spots could be remnants of cryovolcanic eruptions, where water or brine is expelled and freezes on the surface. Others speculated that the features might result from impacts that exposed underlying layers of ice or salt. The presence of these materials hints at a more active and possibly habitable past for Ceres than previously thought. While most of the mystery has been resolved, the process that drives such activity on a small, cold dwarf planet is still not fully understood. The bright spots continue to captivate scientists and the public alike as clues to the dynamic processes that shape the smallest worlds in our solar system. Phobos monolith. The Phobos monolith is an enigmatic rectangular structure observed on Mars's moon, Phobos, first brought to public attention in 1998. The feature, identified in images taken by NASA's Mars Global Surveyor, stands out against the moon's barren, cratered surface. Its tall, geometric shape sparked widespread speculation, with some suggesting it could be an artificial structure created by an advanced civilization. Astronaut Buzz Aldrin even referred to the monolith during an interview, calling it a phenomenon that deserved further exploration. Scientists, however, generally believe that the monolith is a natural rock formation, possibly the result of an ancient impact event that left a large boulder upright. The low gravity of Phobos and its irregular surface could explain why such a feature might remain standing over time. Despite these explanations, the monolith's striking appearance and its proximity to Mars have fueled theories about its potential as an alien marker or artifact. Some have proposed that Phobos itself can be an artificial structure due to its unusual orbit and hollow interior, though these ideas remain unproven. Missions planned to study Phobos more closely may provide answers about the monolith's origin. Until then, the Phobos monolith remains one of the most intriguing and visually striking mysteries of our solar system. Venus's transient ashen light. The transient ashen light of Venus is a mysterious glow reported on the planet's dark side for over 4 centuries. First documented in the 1600s by early astronomers, the phenomenon appeared as a faint, diffuse light that illuminates the shadowed portion of Venus, making it faintly visible against the night sky. Unlike the bright, reflective light on Venus's day side caused by sunlight reflecting off thick clouds, the ashen light lacks a clear explanation. Some early astronomers speculated that it could be volcanic activity or lightning storms, but no definitive evidence of such phenomena has been observed on Venus. Others have suggested that the glow might result from auroras caused by solar wind interaction with the planet's atmosphere. However, Venus's lack of a strong magnetic field makes this explanation less likely. More speculative theories propose that the ashen light could be related to unknown atmospheric processes or chemical reactions occurring in Venus's dense, carbon dioxide-rich environment. UFO enthusiasts have even proposed that the light might even be evidence of alien activity or artificial illumination. Modern telescopes and spacecrafts have yet to capture definitive evidence of the phenomenon, leading some to question its existence entirely. Regardless, the ashen light remains one of the most enduring and debated enigmas in planetary science. STS-80 Orbital UFO Incident. The STS-80 orbital UFO incident occurred in a 1996 NASA Space Shuttle mission when crew members aboard the shuttle filmed several unexplained objects moving above the Earth's atmosphere. The footage, captured using the shuttle's onboard cameras, shows what appear to be glowing orbs traveling in formation, with some making abrupt directional changes. NASA explained the objects as ice particles or debris illuminated by sunlight, a common occurrence in low Earth orbit. However, UFO enthusiasts argue that the object's coordinated movements and sudden stops are inconsistent with typical debris behavior. Some theorists suggest that these objects could be extraterrestrial probes observing Earth or the shuttle's activities. Skeptics counter that the apparent movement could be an optical illusion caused by the camera's movement relative to the objects. The incident remains one of the most well-documented and widely discussed UFO events in space exploration history. While NASA has consistently maintained its stance on the mundane nature of the footage, the clarity and behavior of the objects have left room for debate. The STS-80 footage continues to be analyzed by both skeptics and believers, cementing its place as a key event in the study of space anomalies. The incident highlights the challenges of distinguishing between ordinary phenomena and potential extraterrestrial activity in the vastness of space. Moving on to Tier 3, Deeper Layers. The Vela Incident. The Vela Incident, also known as the South Atlantic Flash, occurred on September 22, 1979, when a U.S. Vela satellite detected a distinctive double flash over the Indian Ocean near the Prince Edward Islands. This type of signal is consistent with nuclear detonation, leading to widespread speculation about a secret nuclear test. South Africa and Israel were often named as the most likely culprits, though both countries denied involvement and no conclusive evidence has ever emerged. Some experts suggested the event could have been caused by a meteor strike or other natural phenomena, but the unique signature of the double flash strongly resembled known nuclear tests. The lack of radioactive fallout in the region further complicated the investigation. Another possibility is that the detection equipment malfunctioned, though this explanation has been contested by those familiar with the satellite's reliability. Declassified documents have revealed significant U.S. concern over this event, suggesting that high-level officials took the nuclear test theory seriously. Conspiracy theories propose that the event was covered up to avoid political fallout during sensitive diplomatic negotiations. Despite decades of analysis, the true cause of the Vela incident remains one of the most debated mysteries of the Cold War era. It continues to spark interest as a case of potential geopolitical secrecy or an unexplained cosmic phenomenon. Phobos 2 malfunction. Phobos 2, a Soviet spacecraft launch in 1988, was intended to study Mars and its moon, Phobos, but its mission ended abruptly in 1989 under mysterious circumstances. As the spacecraft approached Phobos, it captured several intriguing images, including one that appeared to show a massive, elliptical shadow on the moon's surface. Before scientists could investigate further, the spacecraft lost contact with mission control, just days before deploying its lander. Official Soviet reports blamed a technical malfunction, but the timing of the failure led to widespread speculation. Some theorists argue that the shadow represents an unidentified object, possibly an alien spacecraft, interacting with or even destroying Phobos 2. Others suggest that a previously unknown natural phenomenon, such as an unusual electromagnetic activity near Phobos, could have disrupted the spacecraft. Critics of these ideas point out that the Soviet spacecraft were known for their reliability issues, making a technical failure the most likely explanation. However, the shadow and the spacecraft's abrupt silence continue to fuel theories of extraterrestrial interference. Phobos itself remains enigmatic, with its hollow-like structure and unusual orbit adding to the intrigue. The Phobos 2 mission has become a cornerstone in discussions of potential alien encounters in our solar system. The tethered UFO swarm incident. The tethered UFO swarm incident of 1967 involved multiple reports of unidentified lights appearing near tethered satellite systems during experimental missions. The phenomenon was first observed by US and Soviet teams testing satellite tether technologies, with witnesses describing glowing orbs that seemed to hover near the tethered equipment. These lights were often reported to move in synchronized patterns, making them difficult to dismiss as space debris or conventional atmospheric phenomena. While some scientists suggested that the lights could be a rare form of atmospheric plasma or ball lightning, others pointed to the high-altitude nature of the events as evidence of something more unusual. UFO enthusiasts have long speculated that the lights were extraterrestrial probes, drawn to the satellites by their unique energy fields or electromagnetic emissions. Skeptics argue that the sightings could be explained by reflections of sunlight off debris or electrical discharges caused by the tethering process itself. The lack of detailed photographic evidence has prevented definitive conclusions, leaving the incident steeped in mystery. Subsequent tether missions, including NASA's STS-75 in 1996, also reported strange lights, suggesting a recurring phenomenon. The 1967 incident remains one of the earliest and most enigmatic examples of potential UFO activity near human-made space technologies. The Tunguska Cosmic Event. The Tunguska event, which occurred on June 30th, 1908, was a massive explosion over a remote area of Siberia near the Tunguska River. The explosion flattened an estimated 80 million trees across an area of 2,150 square kilometers, releasing an energy equivalent to 10 to 15 megatons of TNT. Despite the immense destruction, no impact crater was found, which puzzled scientists investigating the event. The leading theory is that the meteoroid or comet exploded in the atmosphere, creating a powerful airburst that caused devastation. However, the absence of meteorite fragments has fueled alternative theories, including the possibility of a natural gas explosion or an interaction with antimatter or a small black hole. UFO enthusiasts have suggested the explosion was caused by an alien spacecraft or weapon, an idea unsupported by physical evidence. Soviet expeditions to the site in the 1920s and 1930s documented the flattened forest but found little to resolve the mystery. Recent studies propose that the object was likely a stony asteroid that disintegrated before reaching the ground. Despite advancements in understanding airbursts, Tunguska remains an iconic example of the mysteries surrounding cosmic impacts and the fragility of the Earth's ecosystem. It serves as a sobering reminder of the potential dangers posed by near-Earth objects. The Kecksburg UFO Incident. The Kecksburg UFO incident occurred on December 9, 1965, when residents of Kecksburg, Pennsylvania reported seeing a fireball streak across the sky before the object allegedly crashed in a nearby forest. Witnesses described the object as metallic and acorn-shaped, with strange markings resembling hieroglyphs etched on its surface. Local authorities and military personnel quickly secured the area, removing the object under the cover of secrecy. Official reports claimed that nothing unusual was recovered, attributing the fireball to a meteor. However, the rapid military response and eyewitness accounts have fueled theories that the object was a UFO. Some speculate it was a Soviet satellite, possibly the failed Cosmos 96 probe, though NASA has denied this connection. Others suggest it could have been an experimental military craft or even an alien vehicle. UFO researchers point to the unusual markings and the government's tight-lipped approach as evidence of a cover-up. Decades later, the incident remains one of the most compelling cases in UFO lore, with calls for greater transparency about what was recovered. The Kecksburg crash is often referred to as Pennsylvania's Roswell, symbolizing the enduring mystery of unidentified aerial phenomena. Jupiter's Flashing Light Event. The Jupiter Flashing Light event occurred on September 13th of 2021, when amateur astronomers captured footage of a bright, brief flash in Jupiter's atmosphere. The event, observed independently by astronomers across multiple continents, was believed to be the result of an object colliding with a gas giant. Jupiter frequently experiences impacts due to its immense gravitational pull. But what made this event unique was the brightness and duration of the flash. Initial theories suggested that the object was likely a small asteroid or comet fragment that disintegrated upon entering Jupiter's atmosphere. However, without follow-up data or debris signatures, the exact nature of the impactor remains speculative. Some theorists propose the possibility of electrical phenomena within Jupiter's atmosphere, though this explanation has little supporting evidence. The event reignited interest in monitoring Jupiter for such occurrences, as they provide valuable insights into the planet's atmosphere and the frequency of collisions in our solar system. While most scientists agree that the flash was caused by a natural impact, the lack of concrete details leaves room for alternative interpretations. Amateur astronomers continue to play a critical role in detecting these fleeting events, highlighting the importance of global collaboration in studying planetary phenomena. Jupiter's flashing light event remains an intriguing snapshot of the dynamic interactions shaping our solar system. The Baltic Sea Anomaly. The Baltic Sea Anomaly was discovered in 2011 by a Swedish treasure hunting team, OceanX, using sonar imaging technology. The anomaly, located at the bottom of the Baltic Sea, resembles a circular structure with a diameter of about 60 meters, leading to comparisons with the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. The object's unusual shape, with apparent straight edges and sharp angles, sparked speculation that it could be a crashed UFO or an ancient man-made structure. OceanX divers reported that the anomaly emitted electrical interference, preventing some equipment from functioning properly near the site. Scientific analysis of samples taken from the object suggests it is composed of natural rock, leading most geologists to conclude that it is likely a glacial deposit left behind during the Ice Age. Despite these findings, some theorists argue that the structure's shape and apparent markings cannot be purely natural. Others have speculated that it might be the remnants of a lost civilization or even a World War II-era anti-submarine device. The lack of comprehensive exploration and imaging has allowed the mystery to persist, fueling both scientific curiosity and conspiracy theories. The Baltic Sea anomaly remains a popular topic of debate, blurring the line between natural phenomena and potential artifacts of the unknown. Mars Pathfinder Rock Anomaly. The Mars Pathfinder Rock Anomaly emerged in 1997 when NASA's Mars Pathfinder rover captured an image of a rock that appeared to resemble a spoon or curved object. Located in the Ares-Vallis region, the rock sparked intrigue due to its unusual shape and smooth edges, which some speculated might indicate artificial origins. NASA attributed the formation to natural erosion processes, likely caused by wind or ancient water flows. However, the rock's symmetry and placement in an otherwise rugged terrain raised questions among enthusiasts and conspiracy theorists. Some suggested it could be debris from a crashed spacecraft, either human-made or alien, while others speculated it might be part of an ancient Martian structure. The spoon-shaped rock became a focal point for debates about pareidolia, the tendency to see patterns or familiar objects in random visual data. Additional images taken by later missions showed no evidence of artificial construction in the region, reinforcing the idea that the rock was a natural feature. Despite this, the anomaly remains an example of how Mars's imagery often inspires curiosity and speculation. The Mars Pathfinder rock anomaly continues to captivate the imagination of those eager to find evidence of past life or civilizations on the red planet. The X-37B Unexplained Missions. The X-37B is a highly secretive, unmanned spaceplane operated by the U.S. Air Force, whose missions since 2010 have remained classified. Resembling a miniature version of NASA's space shuttle, the X-37B is capable of extended operations in orbit, with some missions lasting over 700 days. The lack of public information about its objectives has led to widespread speculation about its purpose. Some theories suggest the spaceplane is used for testing advanced technologies, such as satellite deployment or reusable spacecraft systems. Others propose that it conducts surveillance, possibly deploying or repairing spy satellites. UFO and conspiracy enthusiasts have speculated that the X-37B could be investigating extraterrestrial phenomena or experimenting with space-based weaponry. Despite these claims, official statements from the Air Force have been vague, emphasizing that the missions are focused on technological research. The spaceplane's repeated launches and extended durations in orbit have only added to the mystery surrounding its capabilities. Observers note that the secrecy could be driven by the competitive nature of space exploration and defense technologies. The X-37B remains a symbol of modern aerospace innovation and the secrecy that often accompanies military advancements. Its unexplained missions continue to spark curiosity and concern among both researchers and the public. Hale-Bopp Companion. The Hale-Bopp Companion refers to claims that a mysterious object was following comet Hale-Bopp as it passed near Earth in 1997. The comet, one of the brightest and most widely observed in modern history, was first discovered in 1995 and quickly became a global sensation. In early 1997, amateur astronomer Chuck Schremek released an image suggesting the presence of a bright object near the comet, which he described as a Saturn-like companion. This claim was amplified by conspiracy theorists and UFO enthusiasts, who speculated that the object might be an alien spacecraft. The story further gained notoriety when it became associated with the Heaven's Gate cult, whose members believed the companion was a vessel meant to transport them to a higher plane of existence. NASA and other astronomers debunked these claims, explaining that the supposed companion was likely a background star that appeared near the comet in the photograph. Despite this, the Hale-Bopp companion theory persisted, fueled by distrust of official explanations and the tragic events surrounding the Heaven's Gate mass suicide. The comet's brilliance and the accompanying controversy have made Hale-Bopp a landmark event in both astronomy and modern cultural history. The Hale-Bopp companion serves as a reminder of how cosmic events can inspire wonder, speculation, and at times, tragedy. Moving on to Tier 4, near the bottom. STS-114 Orb UFO Sighting. The STS-114 Orb UFO sighting occurred during NASA's Space Shuttle Discovery mission in 2005, making it one of the more mysterious observations in modern space exploration. During the mission, astronauts filmed an unusual orb-shaped object that appeared to hover near the shuttle in low Earth orbit. The object's size, brightness, and behavior quickly drew attention, as it did not resemble typical debris. NASA initially speculated that the object might have been a piece of insulation, ice, or even a paint chip dislodged during launch. However, the object's apparent controlled movement and the duration it remained visible complicated this explanation. UFO enthusiasts seized upon the footage, arguing that the orb could be an extraterrestrial probe observing the mission. Some proposed that it might be a manifestation of plasma or a new type of naturally occurring phenomenon near the spacecraft. The high-quality video evidence made the sighting difficult to dismiss outright, even among skeptics. Despite detailed analysis by NASA, no definitive explanation for the orb's behavior was ever provided. The STS-114 incident remains a subject of fascination, exemplifying the challenges of distinguishing mundane objects from potentially extraordinary phenomena in space. The clangor-like radio burst. The clangor-like radio burst refers to a deep space signal recorded during a radio astronomy survey in 1984. The signal, described as resembling clanging bells, stood out for its unusual tonal quality and repetitive nature. Unlike typical fast radio bursts, which are brief and broadband, this signal exhibited a unique audio pattern that defied easy categorization. Detected by a large radio telescope, the burst was initially thought to originate from an artificial source, sparking speculation about potential extraterrestrial communication. Natural astrophysical phenomena such as pulsars or magnetars were considered, but the signals' characteristics didn't match these sources. Some theorists proposed that the burst could be evidence of exotic cosmic events, such as interactions involving dark matter or hypothetical stellar objects. Skeptics argued that the signal might have been caused by interference from Earth-based technology, though no specific culprit was identified. Follow-up observations failed to detect the same signal again, leaving its origin unresolved. The lack of repetition has added to its mystery, making it one of the most enigmatic space signals ever recorded. The Lost Cosmonauts. The Lost Cosmonauts theory posits that the Soviet Union secretly launched cosmonauts into space during the early 1960s, whom of which perished in missions that were never officially acknowledged. This idea gained traction after the Giudica Cordiglia brothers, two Italian amateur radio operators, claimed to intercept distress signals from dying cosmonauts. Recordings they released allegedly captured pleas for help, labored breathing, and heartbeats, which they argued were evidence of fatal space missions. These claims coincided with the Soviet Union's tightly controlled space program, which often kept failures hidden from the public. Skeptics have noticed a lack of corroborating evidence, dismissing the recordings as hoaxes or misinterpretations of routine satellite signals. However, discrepancies in Soviet spaceflight records, such as unaccounted cosmonaut training photos and unverified names, have fueled ongoing speculation. Proponents of the theory believed that these missions were hastily conducted in the race against the US to achieve firsts in space exploration. Some suggest that early, unreliable rocket designs may have led to tragic outcomes, forcing the Soviet Union to cover up the losses. No definitive proof of the lost cosmonauts have ever emerged, but the legend persists, reflecting the secrecy and the high stakes of the space race. The Pegasus Debris Field. The Pegasus Debris Field refers to unexpected signals and patterns detected by NASA's Pegasus satellites in 1965, while they were studying micrometeoroid impacts in the Earth's orbit. These satellites, launched to assess the risk of micrometeoroids to future spacecraft, recorded data suggesting a dense and unusual debris field that did not correspond to any known source. The debris appeared to move in patterns inconsistent with typical satellite collisions or natural meteoroids, raising questions about its origin. Some speculated that the field might be remnants of an undiscovered military operation or an undocumented space mission. Another theory proposed that the debris could have been the remnants of a natural object, such as a small asteroid that had disintegrated while temporarily captured in the Earth's orbit. UFO theorists argued that the field might be linked to disintegrated alien spacecraft, pointing to the anomalous nature of the signals. NASA analyzed the findings but did not provide a definitive explanation, leading to ongoing speculation. The Pegasus debris field highlighted the growing challenges of monitoring and understanding the increasing clutter in the Earth's orbital environment. It also raised questions about how much we truly know about the objects that surround our planet. Despite fading from public attention, the mystery remains unresolved, leaving it as a curious entry in the history of space anomalies. The Mars Pyramid. The Mars Pyramid refers to pyramid-shaped structures captured in images taken by NASA's Viking 1 orbiter in 1976. Located in the Cydonia region, these formations appeared geometric in shape, sparking widespread speculation about their potential artificial origin. Proponents of the theory suggested that these pyramids could be remnants of an ancient Martian civilization, possibly linked to other mysterious features in the area, such as the face on Mars. NASA scientists initially dismissed the formations as natural geological features, pointing to the effects of erosion and low resolution of the Viking images. However, the apparent symmetry of the structures led some researchers to argue that they warranted a closer study. Later missions, including the Mars Global Surveyor and the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, provided higher resolution images that revealed the formations to be natural hills shaped by wind and weathering. Despite this, enthusiasts have continued to argue that the pyramids' alignment and shapes are too precise to be purely natural. Some have even proposed connections to the Earth's ancient pyramids, suggesting a link between Martian and terrestrial civilizations. Skeptics attribute the interpretations to pareidolia, the tendency to see patterns in random shapes. The Mars's Pyramid remains an iconic example of how planetary exploration can ignite the imagination, blending science with speculation about life beyond Earth. The Great Daylight Fireball. The Great Daylight Fireball, also known as the 1972 Great Daylight Bolide, was a spectacular event that occurred on August 10, 1972, when a meteoroid skipped through the Earth's atmosphere before returning back to space. The fireball, visible in a broad daylight, traveled across the skies of the western United States and Canada, leaving a bright trail that amazed witnesses. What made this event extraordinary was that the object entered Earth's atmosphere at a shallow angle, reaching as low as 57 kilometers above the surface, before bouncing back into space. Scientists calculated that the meteoroid was likely composed of a dense material such as iron to survive its atmospheric passage without disintegrating. Initial estimates suggested that it was 3 to 14 meters in diameter, but no debris was ever found, as it never fully impacted Earth. The object's trajectory and behavior puzzled researchers, as such atmospheric skips are rare and require specific conditions. Some theories suggest that it could have been a fragment from a larger asteroid or comet. UFO enthusiasts speculated about the possibility of an alien spacecraft performing controlled maneuvers, though no evidence supports this claim. The Great Daylight Fireball has become a case study in understanding near-Earth objects and their interactions with our atmosphere. Its dramatic appearance and unique behavior continue to fascinate astronomers and the public alike, highlighting the dynamic nature of our planet's celestial environment. Zond 4 Incident. The Zond 4 incident occurred in 1968 during the Soviet Union's attempt to develop interplanetary spacecraft. Zond 4 was part of a series of missions intended to prepare for a crewed lunar exploration, but the mission faced mysterious complications upon its return to Earth. After a successful flight into deep space, Zond 4 began its re-entry, but instead of landing as planned, it disintegrated over the Atlantic Ocean. Soviet officials attributed the failure to a guidance system error, but some observers noted an unusual aspect of the incident. Witnesses in the US reported seeing bright lights and strange debris falling from the sky, sparking speculation about what went wrong. Some theories suggest that the spacecraft's destruction was intentional, as it carried sensitive technology that the Soviet Union didn't want falling into foreign hands. Others propose that the unexpected interactions with Earth's magnetic field might have contributed to the loss of control. UFO theorists point to the strange lights as evidence of extraterrestrial interference, though no credible evidence supports this idea. The Zond 4 incident remains an example of the challenges and risks faced in early space exploration. While the Soviet Union maintained tight secrecy over the mission, the incident continues to intrigue historians and space enthusiasts. Rosetta's Singing Comet. Rosetta's Singing Comet refers to the mysterious sounds detected by the European Space Agency's Rosetta spacecraft while studying comet 67P Churyumov-Gerasimenko in 2014. As Rosetta approached the comet, its instruments recorded electromagnetic oscillations in the plasma surrounding it, producing a sound resembling a song. The frequencies of these oscillations were too low for the human ear, but scientists enhanced them to make the phenomenon audible. The song puzzled researchers and was unlike anything previously detected from a comet. One theory suggests that the sound is generated by charged particles interacting with the comet's atmosphere, as it is bombarded by solar wind. Others speculate that it might be related to the sublimation of ice and the release of gas as the comet approaches the sun. The unique acoustic signature led some UFO enthusiasts to propose that the sound was artificial, possibly evidence of alien activity. However, Scientists remain confident that the phenomenon is a natural result of complex interactions between the comet and its environment. Rosetta's discoveries, including the singing comet, have significantly advanced our understanding of cometary behavior. The comet's song remains a captivating detail in the mission's groundbreaking exploration of these ancient celestial bodies. Apollo 12 UFO Tracking Event. The Apollo 12 UFO tracking event occurred during NASA's second moon landing mission in November of 1969. While en route to the moon, astronauts Pete Conrad, Alan Bean, and Richard Gordon observed a strange object appearing to follow their spacecraft. The crew described the object as metallic and cylindrical, noting its apparent movement in sync with their trajectory. NASA initially suggested that the object was part of the Saturn V rocket, the Saturn V rocket's third stage, which had been jettisoned earlier in the mission. However, the astronauts' descriptions of the object's proximity led to the speculation that it might be something more unusual. UFO enthusiasts argued that the sighting could represent alien surveillance of the Apollo mission. Others proposed that it might have been a piece of space debris or an unrecognized part of the Apollo hardware. Despite analysis by NASA engineers and mission planners, no definitive explanation was provided for the object. The incident has remained a point of interest in the study of UFO sightings during space missions. While skeptics lean towards more mundane explanations, the Apollo 12 tracking event continues to fuel debates about the unknown phenomena encountered during humanity's early forays to space. Deep Space Pioneer Plaque Signals. The Deep Space Pioneer Plaque Signals anomaly refers to unusual detections reported during the early flight of NASA's Pioneer 10 spacecraft in 1973. Pioneer 10, the first spacecraft to travel beyond the asteroid belt, carried a golden plaque designed to communicate humanity's existence to extraterrestrial civilizations. During its initial journey through deep space, engineers monitoring the spacecraft's signals noticed subtle anomalies in its radio transmissions. These deviations, while minor, were unexpected and sparked curiosity about their origin. Some researchers hypothesized that the signals were distorted by interactions with unknown gravitational or magnetic forces in deep space. Others suggested that the anomalies could result from imperfections in the spacecraft's transmission systems or interference from cosmic radiation. A more speculative theory proposed that the anomalies might be attempts at communication by extraterrestrial intelligence reacting to the plaque. While further analysis attributed the irregularities to technical issues and the vast distances involved, the incident highlighted the challenges of deep space communication. The Pioneer 10 mission remains a landmark in human exploration, and the plaque it carried symbolized humanity's desire to reach out into the cosmos. The signal anomalies are remembered as a curious footnote in an otherwise historic mission, blending technical intrigue with cosmic speculation. Moving on to Tier 5, the Abyss. Infrared flash from Proxima Centauri. In 2019, astronomers observed a sudden and intense flash of infrared light originating from Proxima Centauri, the closest star system to Earth. The flash was detected during a routine monitoring campaign using ground-based telescopes and infrared sensors. What made the event unusual was its strength and duration, which did not match typical stellar flares or other known phenomena associated with red dwarf stars like Proxima Centauri. Initial theories suggested that the flash might have been caused by an interaction between Proxima Centauri and a nearby object, such as its exoplanet Proxima b. Some researchers speculated that it could be a rare type of stellar flare involving unique magnetic activity. However, the event's infrared signature and isolated nature also led to more speculative ideas, including the possibility of an artificial signal from an advanced civilization. SETI researchers briefly considered it as a candidate for extraterrestrial communication, though no follow-up flashes were detected. Others proposed that it could be a result from gravitational lensing, where light from a distant source is magnified by Proxima Centauri's gravitational field. Despite these theories, the cause of the flash remains unexplained. The event highlights both the mysteries of red dwarf star systems and the tantalizing proximity of Proxima Centauri, a prime target for astrobiological exploration. Dark object near Saturn. During the 1980s, NASA's Voyager spacecraft captured images of a shadowy object near Saturn that puzzled scientists and enthusiasts alike. The object, observed as a dark silhouette against Saturn's illuminated rings, appeared to lack the brightness typically associated with moons or celestial bodies. Initial analysis suggested that it could be a new, uncharted moon, but follow-up observations failed to confirm its presence. Theories about the object's nature range from a transient body, such as a passing asteroid, to an unusual phenomenon like a clump of material in Saturn's rings casting a shadow. UFO enthusiasts speculated that the dark object might be extraterrestrial spacecraft or a signature hidden within Saturn's system. Some suggested it could be a fragment of a larger body disrupted by Saturn's gravitational forces, though no direct evidence supported this idea. The lack of recurring sightings and the object's fleeting appearance left the mystery unresolved. Subsequent missions, including Cassini, did not detect anything matching the initial Voyager images, deepening the intrigue. The dark object near Saturn remains a minor but curious enigma in the annals of planetary exploration, reflecting the challenges of interpreting fleeting anomalies never to be found again. Anomalous beams from Andromeda. In 1999, high-energy telescopes detected unexplained beams of radiation emanating from the Andromeda galaxy, the closest major galaxy to the Milky Way. These beams, which included both X-rays and gamma rays, were far more concentrated than the diffuse emissions typically associated with galactic cores. The discovery puzzled astronomers, as Andromeda's supermassive black hole, while active, is not known to produce such focused emissions. Some researchers hypothesize that the beams might be caused by the rapid acceleration of matter near the galaxy's core, possibly involving an interaction with dark matter or an exotic astrophysical process. Others speculated that it could be jets produced by a binary system of black holes within the Andromeda's nucleus. A more speculative theory proposes that the beams could be signals or energy outputs from advanced extraterrestrial civilizations within the galaxy. Critics argued that the anomaly might result from observational artifacts or unknown interstellar phenomena affecting the beams' apparent intensity. Despite repeated observations, no definitive source for the beams was ever identified. The anomalous beams from Andromeda remain a topic of interest for researchers studying high-energy astrophysics and the mysterious workings of galactic centers. The Golden Globe Sound. The Golden Globe Sound is an enigmatic audio signal recorded by SETI researchers in 1992 during a deep space survey. Described as resembling a resonant golden bell, the sound stood out due to its unique frequency pattern, which lacked a clear natural source. The signal was detected using radio telescopes scanning a star system several light years from Earth, though its exact origin was never pinpointed. Unlike other anomalous signals, such as the wow signal talked about earlier, the Golden Globe sound had a distinct tonal quality that suggested modulation, raising speculation about its potential artificial origin. SETI researchers initially considered the possibility that the signal could be a transmission from an advanced civilization, but subsequent attempts to detect it again has failed. Natural explanations such as pulsars or magnetars were deemed unlikely due to the signal's unusual characteristics. Some theorists propose that it might be a rare type of cosmic event, such as a resonance caused by interactions within a dense star cluster. Others suggested that it could have resulted from interference or a malfunction in the equipment, though no definitive technical flaws were identified. The Golden Globe sound remains an isolated and mysterious event, sparking ongoing debates about its origin and meaning. It serves as a reminder of the challenges and excitement of listening for messages in the cosmic void. Pluto's atmospheric collapse. In 2019, observations of Pluto suggested a rapid and unexpected collapse of its thin, nitrogen-based atmosphere. Using ground-based telescopes, astronomers detected changes in Pluto's atmospheric pressure and temperature that indicated a sudden decrease in density. This was surprising, as models predicted that Pluto's atmosphere would gradually vary within its elliptical orbit, not collapse abruptly. One theory proposed that the collapse was triggered by a previously unobserved cooling event on Pluto's surface, possibly related to the rapid freezing of nitrogen. Another hypothesis suggested that subtle gravitational interactions with Neptune or other celestial bodies might have contributed to the atmospheric changes. Some researchers even speculated that the influence of unknown subsurface processes, the lack of direct observations of Pluto since NASA's New Horizons flyby in 2015 left gaps in understanding the phenomenon. While the event is likely natural, its unexpected nature sparks some speculation about external forces, including unknown cosmic factors. Pluto's atmospheric collapse highlights the dynamic and unpredictable behavior of distant worlds in our solar system. Ongoing research aims to uncover the factors driving the sudden change, providing insights into the evolution of atmospheres on icy dwarf planets. Triton's mystery heat source. Triton, Neptune's largest moon, presented scientists with an enigma when NASA's Voyager 2 spacecraft observed unexpected heat emissions during its 1989 flyby. Despite its great distance from the Sun and surface temperatures averaging around negative 235 degrees Celsius, Triton showed signs of geothermal activity, including active geysers spewing nitrogen gas. This was surprising, as such activity requires a heat source that conventional models could not easily explain. One theory suggests that Triton's internal heat may come from tidal interactions with Neptune, though its current orbit does not generate significant tidal forces. Another hypothesis is that the radioactive decay in the moon's core provides enough energy to sustain this activity. Some researchers have proposed that Triton's surface and subsurface may contain materials that retain heat more efficiently than expected. The presence of heat and potential subsurface reservoirs of liquid nitrogen or water raises intriguing questions about habitability. Speculative theories even suggest that Triton's geothermal activity could be influenced by interactions with dark matter or exotic particles. While subsequent missions to Neptune have not yet been planned, Triton remains a compelling target for exploration. Its mysterious heat source challenges scientists' understanding of icy moons and providing a tantalizing hint of the unexpected processes that may occur in the outer solar system. Voyager 1 data glitch. In 2022, NASA's Voyager 1 spacecraft, which has been traveling through interstellar space since 2012, began transmitting garbled and unintelligible data from its Attitude Articulation and Control System, or AACS. The AACS, responsible for maintaining the spacecraft's orientation, appeared to be functioning normally despite sending nonsensical signals. Engineers were baffled, as Voyager 1 was otherwise operational and continued to communicate with Earth across the vast distance of over 14 billion miles. Initial theories suggested that the glitch could be caused by cosmic radiation interfering with the spacecraft's ancient hardware, though there's no clear evidence that supported this. Another possibility was that the AACS had entered an unexpected mode or encountered an error in its programming. Speculative ideas included the influence of unknown space phenomena or even tampering by an extraterrestrial force. After months of analysis, NASA engineers identified and resolved the issue, though the exact trigger for the anomaly had remained unclear. The incident highlighted the challenges of operating decades-old spacecraft in harsh conditions in interstellar space. Voyager 1's data glitch serves as a reminder of the ingenuity required to maintain humanity's farthest-reaching probes and the mysteries that still linger in the cosmos. Anomalous asteroid Yorp acceleration. In 2007, astronomers observed the unexpected rotational acceleration in a small asteroid later attributed to the Yorp effect. The Yorp, otherwise known as Yaroslavsky, O'Keefe, Radziwiłł, and Paddock effect, occurs when sunlight unevenly heats up an asteroid's surface, creating a small but cumulative torque that alters its spin rate. However, the asteroid in question, designated 54509 Yorp, exhibited changes that were faster and more pronounced than predicted by models. This led to speculation about additional forces acting on the asteroid, such as outgassing from sublimating materials or interactions with solar wind. Some researchers propose that the asteroid's irregular shape or surface properties could amplify the Yorp effect. More speculative theories suggested that the acceleration might be caused by hidden structures or even artificial influences, though no evidence, of course, supported this claim. Continued observations confirmed that the Yorp effect was indeed responsible, but the precise mechanisms driving the anomaly remained unclear. The event underscored the complexities of modeling asteroid dynamics and the potential risks posed by such unpredictable behavior. Anomalous Yorp acceleration remains an important area of study for understanding near-Earth objects and their long-term stability. The cosmic funnel effect. The cosmic funnel effect was a term coined by astronomers in 2021 to describe an unusual observation of high-density matter streams detected in deep space. Using advanced telescopes, researchers observed what appeared to be narrow streams of material moving through intergalactic space, converging toward a central region. These streams exhibited properties inconsistent with known cosmic structures, such as dark matter filaments or gas flows within galaxy clusters. One theory proposed that the streams were the result of a previously unknown process involving the gravitational collapse of dark matter into high-density channels. Another hypothesis suggested that the streams could be linked to black holes or exotic phenomena such as cosmic strings, theoretical defects in spacetime, such as cosmic strings, theoretical defects in spacetime that might produce such effects. More speculative ideas included the possibility of advanced alien engineering, where civilizations might manipulate matter at a galactic scale. Critics argued that the observations could be artifacts caused by instrument sensitivity or alignment errors. Follow-up studies are ongoing, but the phenomenon remains poorly understood. The cosmic funnel effect represents an exciting frontier in astrophysics, hinting at the vast unknown processes shaping the universe on incomprehensible scales. LDEF Satellite Unknown Residues. In the 1990s, NASA's retrieval of the Long Duration Exposure Facility, or LDEF, satellite revealed the presence of mysterious organic residues on its surface. The LDEF, deployed in low Earth orbit for nearly 6 years, was designed to study the effects of space exposure on various materials. Upon its return to Earth, scientists analyzing its surface discovered compounds that did not match any known contaminants from Earth or expected deposits from the space environment. The residues included complex organic molecules that raised questions about their origin. One theory suggested that the materials might have come from micrometeoroid impacts, bringing extraterrestrial organics into Earth's vicinity. Others speculated that the residues could result from chemical reactions caused by prolonged exposure to cosmic radiation. More speculative ideas posited that the compounds could be evidence of alien life, though no biological markers were detected. The findings sparked debates about the potential for organic material to survive or form in the harsh conditions of space. Subsequent studies have yet to fully identify the source of the residues, leaving the LDEF findings as a curious anomaly. This incident underscores the importance of studying long-term exposure in space and its implication for astrobiology and planetary science.